Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. SECZN live on a Tuesday night. A little bit more than halfway through the season so far. Got a packed show for you. Got my guys in the building. Hold on, let me bring them back up. I got Nick Frazier from Water Cooler Talk Sports. How you doing, Nick?
I'm doing well, man. Doing well. Can't complain. How you feeling?
Heck, pretty good, man. Pretty good. First time picker in the house. We got DC Wolf from Auburn Addicts. How you doing, man?
What's up, man? Hey, man, glad to be here, man. Glad to be here. Finally picked, man.
Good.
Let's go.
Good, man. So we give y'all a little time to get on in here, man. You guys, members of the Keyboard Collective, y'all come on in, man, and you know the routine. Drop your top 10s. You can't criticize without dropping your top 10s, so drop your top 10s in the chat, man. We're about to get this thing started here in just a second. Man, so pretty action-packed weekend. We had 2 overtime thrillers, right? In the SEC, we had some teams win, some teams lose. We had some surprises, man. What stands out to y'all about this weekend so far, man, before we get into these rankings?
Man, the fired coaches for me, man. Coaches, bro. Cats is packing up their bags, bro. They're getting
up out of here.
Yeah, man. So that's for me, man.
Yeah. What about you, Nick, man? What stood out to you?
Man, I guess I like I stated, I'm gonna just go back to what I've been saying from the beginning of the season, man. This is probably the most competitive the SEC competitive parity that the SEC has had in a while. So, man, this is good to see. It's good to see that we can actually look at it and be like, there are possibly 4 or 5 teams, 6 teams. I say half of the conference that can still, make and get to the SEC championship game. We're not just looking at 2 or 3 teams. So that's the best part about it, and you've seen it every week.
Yeah, you're right about that, man. Top to bottom. I can't call it for the SEC championship right now. It's still up in the air. But we're gonna get into it, man. Before we get into it, though, I like to let you guys know, as always, members of the Keyboard Collective, we're always taking memberships, and I'm gonna play my little commercial right here. All right, man, and here we go right here at the ranking stage. You know how we get started here. We got a couple of chats in, man. If you guys aren't members of the collective just yet, go ahead and sign up, subscribe. It's real easy to hold on a second. Yeah, it's real easy to get become a member. All you got to do is subscribe to the channel and you're in, man. And that way you get to participate in this conversation with us as we rank these teams, man. You can tell us what we got wrong, tell us what we got right. You can drop your rankings in the chat. All right. So before we get started here, and I'm just really doing this for the people who are new, but let's go ahead and put up the rules. All right. So first of all, first rule, like the video right now. If you're in here, like it. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel right now. If you do that. All right. So what we're gonna do tonight, as always, every Tuesday night, we do draft style rankings, right? Draft style rankings. Each panelist up here gets to pick a team in draft style order. Once all 10 spots are filled, the remaining teams, they stay on the sidelines for that week. If a team loses to a G, this is very important. If a team loses to a G5 team, their logo gets replaced by that team until they win the SEC game, right? And one of the most important parts here is only consider what has been put on the field this season. We're not considering what happened in 2008 when one team was almost ranked and everybody doubted them and they end up winning it anyway. That doesn't matter. We're talking about this season, right? And most importantly, 0 favorites, right? No favorites, right? You know what that means, DC? I see you with that Auburn hat on. I love them too, but we cannot pick them.
Bro, they dead last, boss.
Oh man. All right, man. So let's get back to the ranking stage here. Check out some of these comments. We got Tim checking in. I saw Tim on X, man. Tim's got his feet up, man. I saw the beach going and the waves, man.
Mm,
Tim's like he enjoying himself, man.
mm-hmm.
I'm
And
talking about.
Dwight said he's gonna drop his midway. I'm looking forward to that, Dwight. You usually don't miss with your list, man. So I'm looking forward to that. And always we got the rooster checking in the building, man. Always a pleasure to have you. And then we got Jonathan. Jonathan, what's going on, man? What's going on? We gotta get you up in here one time, man, so we can rank these teams.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So before we get started, I like to always every now and then we add something new, right? If you guys remember, all of this stuff that you see on the screen was added kind of one at a time. I always try to add something, implement something into the show. And I got something interesting that I want to add this time, and it's going to be something that's super interactive, and it is called simply the hold on a second, question of the day, right? Question of the day. So what we doing today is the best football theme movie. Real simple. And this is live and interactive. If you're in the chat, you can vote. And I'll go down the list. We got A, Any Given Sunday. We got B, Remember the Titans. C, Friday Night Lights. D, The Blind Side. E, The Little Giants. And F, my favorite football movie, The Program. And G is Other. So basically, all you do is just hashtag one of those letters, whichever one you choose is right there by it. So if you want to choose Any Given Sunday, it's hashtag A, and that'll put in one vote for that. And we'll track this live. As you vote, this will be updated in real time, and we'll check back in and see what movie wins, right? And if I didn't list it, that's what I put the other there for. If you choose G other, just make sure you put the movie in there so we'll know which movie you think is the best. So uh again, if you're watching and you cannot vote, that means you're not part of the Keyboard Collective. That means you need to subscribe. All you got to do is see, we got to vote right there. It's updates in real time. So all you got to do is subscribe, and then you can vote in on this panel, and we'll check in. And by the end of the show, we'll see what you guys' favorite football themed movie is, and we'll keep going from there. All right, so let's get back to this ranking stage, man, and we'll get started here. All right, we have a tried and true method around here of picking who goes first, right? Hasn't let us down yet, and it is just a simple wheel. I've already added the names to it, and we'll give it a spin, see who gets the first pick. All right. See what we got here. Mm,
Oh, man.
It's Nick. All right, so Nick gets the first pick. So, all right, Nick.
Yep.
What we're gonna do now that usually it's just us, right?
Yep.
It's kind of automatic who goes next, right? But
Mm-hmm.
we have another person, so we're gonna remove Nick from the wheel because he goes first, and we're gonna determine who goes second.
Wow, look at this, man.
All right. See what we got.
DC, 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 DC.
It's
Yeah!
he's spoken into existence. All right. So the order tonight is going to be let me get this off the screen for you guys so you can see. It's gonna be Nick, DC, and then me, your host, code name to it. All right.
Okay.
So without we won't belabor the point, we'll get right into it. All right. And Nick,
Yep.
you're on the clock, man. You know the routine. You're on the clock.
Let's go.
And let me reset this timer real quick so that we can put your 3 minutes on the clock. All right.
St. Nicholas
All right.
is on the clock.
We're gonna reset it. And Nick,
Yep.
tell me, who do you have as the number one team in the conference this week, going into week 9? Who you got, my guy?
You already know my method, man. Undefeated team still on the board. Texas A&M, man. Give me the Texas A&M Aggies at number 1. They have beaten everybody they've played against. They've looked good doing it as well. They've put up points. The defense has been somewhat has looked somewhat pretty good as well. So
Mhm.
rocking with Texas A&M at number one, man. They are starting to get into their stride. They're starting to get into their stride that part of the season. To where we gonna see teams start being good and stuff like that. I see Dwight mad because I didn't pick his beloved Alabama at number one, and I'm not. But it is what it is, man. Feel some type of way about it, my guy. It's all good. But Texas A&M, man, they have beaten every team that they played. Like I said, I give respect to teams that so far during the season have beaten every team they played. They're undefeated. Gotta give undefeated teams their due. I believe it. I believe it. Until they lose a game, then we'll have that conversation. But right now, Texas A&M, my book, number one team in the conference.
All right. DC, tell me what you think about that, man.
I agree with that, Nicholas, man. I'm always, with the undefeated team, man. You're a champion until you're a loser, you know what I'm saying? So you're first until you're second. You know what I'm saying? So I'm liking Texas A&M at first. That would have been my pick. Also, St. Nicholas, you are telling
All
the truth.
right. All right, guys. I'm sorry, I gotta be that guy, man. I gotta be that guy. Uh I didn't have Texas A&M at number one. Of course, everybody knows who I probably had at number one, and I hate to say it, and I hate to have to argue for these
Oh,
guys all the
Tez,
time.
don't do this, man.
Uh, but
Don't
you
do it.
you are who you beat, right?
Don't do
And,
this,
and when I
Tez.
look at Texas A&M schedule,
Don't
let's
do
put it
this,
back
Tez.
up.
Don't
When I
do it.
look at Texas A&M schedule, I see one ranked at the time matchup, and that was Notre Dame. Other than that, all these teams were unranked at the time that they played them. Uh, and Mississippi State is not particularly good team. Florida is just fired their coach.
Wait,
Auburn,
stop,
Come
stop,
on, man. Come
stop.
on.
Don't say that.
Tez,
Mississippi State is a good
what?
team.
No, they're not.
Okay, all right. Don't be okay.
Florida,
Okay,
Florida
all
just
right.
fired their coach, right? Arkansas is the worst defense in the almost the country. Uh, Notre Dame is you could argue that win, but like I said when we first started doing this, it's going to be simple in the beginning, but once you start putting resumes together, it comes a time where you may have to jump a one loss team over an undefeated team. I think this may have been the week, but I didn't have to pick, so uh, I can't do anything about that. There is no takebacks, no repeats on this show. So Texas A&M is the number one team on the board. All right. So DC, and
man.
again, DC, we don't just to
Mm,
clarify, like that little clock up there.
mm,
It's just when we need the next team. We whatever conversation we have, and we can keep that conversation going. I just want to get the team so that we can keep it kind of flowing.
I got
That's
you. Makes
all.
sense. Makes sense.
All
Makes
right.
sense.
But you got the next pick, my guy.
Man,
No, hold up.
And
But before he does that, I
mhm.
okay.
want to say something. I want to say something to that. If Texas A&M goes undefeated at the end of the season, what's going to be your what's going to be the argument then?
If Texas A&M goes undefeated by the end of the season, let's take a
Yeah,
look
if
at this.
Texas A&M runs the table the rest of the season, what's going to be the argument then? What's
Well,
their
Texas,
resume then? What's the resume look like then? Like we had this
uh,
conversation last week. College football is the only sport to where we look at the teams they played instead of just looking at whoever you played in front of you,
Yeah.
and then who you beat. We had this conversation last
College
week, but
football.
I mean,
yeah,
Yeah, we college
yeah.
football
Well,
right now, man. We
yeah,
committee
we
it
college
now.
you
football, man.
you're right. Well, unfortunately, you're right. Unfortunately, in college, well, or fortunately, however you want to look at it, in college football, you do have this system that ranks who you beat. Right. That's how you determine who you get
I
in,
just
who gets into the
I just
playoffs.
I want to ask
Uh,
a question. I want to ask this question right here. What gives certain teams uh like you know what? I save that for later. Hey,
yeah. Let's
when we get to a point, I save it for later.
right. Once we put some more teams up here, we'll be able to have this conversation a little bit more. Because I got a feeling I know where DC's going. I think I don't know, but let's see DC. Who you got, man? Tell me who you
Man,
got.
I'm gonna have to go with the old stinking Alabama Crimson Tide. You know what I'm saying? But I gotta be impartial, man. They have been beating anybody in front of them. They still got the trash smell on them from Florida State. It's still on them, smelling a little bit, but I'm gonna let them
You got a
go.
little
They
stench,
put
huh?
yeah, they got a little stench, but they put deodorant on. They beat Georgia, put deodorant on, beat Tennessee. They covering it up, man. So it's hard for us to look back and smell the stench of Florida State right now is dissipating. It's still there, but you got to take the Alabama Crimson Tide, man, to be impartial.
For some
Okay.
reason,
And
for
back to
some
your
reason.
point though, it's like they beat Georgia and Tennessee, but this is my question, and we going back to that conversation. Right now in the polls, if they keep winning, how do you jump them if Texas A&M keeps winning also?
Well, DC, they already did it one year.
Yeah,
They did it
Yeah.
one year.
yeah.
They already
I guess
did
so,
it.
bro.
Trust me, they'll find that they will find a angle to make that happen. So I mean, I look, I guess, man, it is.
Bro, look at that
It is
Florida
what it is.
State
Well, I mean,
loss. Look at that Florida State loss, bro.
My point
How you get
exactly.
that
yeah,
Florida State loss and then jump them over somebody who beat Notre Dame on the road?
My point
I give you
exactly.
that. I give you that. That Florida State loss does look bad. But there's also a team that went into Athens and beat Georgia. Vanderbilt was a team that we had number 1 on this list that everybody was high on. They beat them, ranked team.
Still high
They
on.
beat
Still high on.
Yeah, absolutely. They beat Missouri, who was ranked number 1 almost on both sides of the football. At the point that they played them, Missouri was like the number 1 offense and like the number 1 defense. It was something crazy like that. And then they beat Tennessee, right?
They saying they can't hear DC.
Oh, they can't hear me?
Yeah, you was
Can't hear you,
Can you
DC?
hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Okay.
apparently your
Turn your mic
volume
up
was
a little
down
bit.
a little bit.
Yeah, I heard the mic. I got it.
Oh,
What
yeah,
about
that's great.
now? Okay. Okay.
So I get what you guys are saying. I mean, I don't think you could go either room with putting them at 1 or 2. I would have
Mhm.
put them at 1 just simply because they're the only team in the country that's beat 4 ranked teams, right? Um, now
Four
that
eight.
Florida State that Florida State loss looks bad because Florida State is just a dumpster fire
Trash.
right
They
now.
dumpster trash. They
His
Right,
dumpster
right.
juice,
when
man.
we talk about ranked teams, it only matters when it helps the conversation, because the rankings don't matter until literally next week. That's when rankings start matter. Like the AP
Okay.
poll does not matter, to be, if we want to be completely honest with it, doesn't matter like it used to. The only one that
No.
matters is the college football playoff rankings, to be for real. So if we're going to use the AP rankings, yeah, we use it because of course it helps us bring content, and it helps us create storylines and create narratives and angles and stuff like that. And it helps TV, and it helps TV sells games as top 10 matchups and top 15 matchups and top 20 matchups. Just being completely honest with you, that's what it is. But
I got
if we being for real, rankings don't matter. Because as we stated before at the beginning of the season, Alabama lost to a FSU team and was still ranked.
Crazy.
They didn't fall out the rankings.
Right.
Crazy, man.
So my thing is,
But they fell out the rankings on this show.
yeah, no, they did. But my thing is,
But
so my thing, I'm just looking at, and it's all about trying to justify where you put people at early preseason is what that more than likely was. But I mean, it is what it is, man. So, but Alabama, like I said, I agree with the pick Alabama at 2. They peaking at the right time. They peaking at the right time. You know what I'm saying?
right.
And they peaking right where they need to be at. So when the college football playoff committee comes in, they
Yep.
can rank them in the top 10, top 5, and they can be up there. So hey, good for Alabama, man. Ain't no hate there. But like I said, my method is I have undefeated teams there.
Mhm.
So let me ask you this. And this is just a question for both of y'all. Would y'all say that Alabama has beat more? Who has beat the better team
Man,
between those two?
I'm gonna just be honest with you. In the SEC, I don't know at this point.
It's a
You know what
great
I'm saying?
question.
All these teams
Okay.
Great
got
question.
numbers beside
That's a
them.
great
But bro,
Okay.
point.
the teams that Texas A&M beat, man, they'll give any of these teams a run for their money because there's so much parity, bro. Arkansas right now, bro, that offense look pretty good to me. They'll you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
They took Tennessee to the wire too.
They
You know what I'm saying?
currently have the number
In their
1 offense
house.
in the conference right now.
Huh?
Arkansas does. Arkansas currently has the number 1 offense in the
Yeah,
conference
man.
right
So it's like Arkansas ain't gonna be an easy win for nobody. It's this SEC
But
is more parity, I think, than I've seen it, bro, in maybe my lifetime. The amount of parity.
But here's my question. What, like, I'm looking at chat now because I can see the chat when we go. What is considered a quality win?
Right.
Like we
We
we can sit here and we can actually debate what considers a quality win. Is it just because it's a brand versus a brand?
we had this
Is it really because that's a really good team? Because if we watch them play, if we watch a team play on the field, and I'm not gonna say it on the show because we've had these conversations, especially me and Ted have had these conversations off show. A
Mhm.
lot of these
right.
teams we don't think are really that good when you actually watch them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
but
Mhm.
I
I
mean,
mean,
like compared to other teams, but it is what it is.
we had this conversation though. What's the difference between a quality win and a signature win? Is there a
Mhm.
difference between the two? We actually had
Yes,
that
Yeah.
conversation on a previous episode. So, you guys, if you want to hear that, you got to go back and watch some of the old episodes where we kind of broke that down. But I it like for me when I look at Texas A&M schedule, I do see an undefeated team. I think they're very deserving of being ranked number one in the SEC. But I also think that Alabama has a case when you factor in the teams that they have beat. Um, and I mean, and it pains me to say that, guys. You know, like y'all know it pains me to say. It pains me to be on this side of the argument. Um, but I have to call it like I see it, and they have beat teams. You know, you start talking about neutral field. If you start taking these teams on neutral fields, who do you take? You know, Mississippi State versus Vanderbilt. Um, Auburn versus Georgia. We
that's
saw how that
that's
ended up.
but that's a
Right?
rating. That's rating the teams.
That's true. That's true. I give you that. I give you that. But so we got to move it on along though, because we don't want to be on here too long. So let's get back to the ranking stage. And again, if you guys are just joining, we had a question of the day. So we got a lot of people like and remember the Titans so far. Remember, you can vote on this if you're in the chat. If you're a part of the Keyboard Collective, if you are subscribed to the channel, all you got to do is hashtag the letter beside the movie. Again, we got A, Any Given Sunday. B, Remember the Titans. C, Friday Night Lights. D, The Blind Side. E, Little Giants. F, The Program. And G is Other. If you pick Other, just let us know what movie that is. And nobody picked The Program, man. My favorite movie. I might have to get in the chat and vote for it, man.
I feel your pain. I feel
Every
your pain, Tess.
yeah, man.
It happened to me with
Everybody
butter
feeling
pecan ice cream, man. I feel you, man. It happened to me before.
yeah, man. Hey, did you just call me old, DC?
No, I'm saying no.
Nah,
I'm
I'm just messing
saying
with you. Oh man. But yeah, it seems like everybody like remember the Titans.
yeah,
Like, you know,
yeah.
a lot of people like that fake 22 blast with a black backside Georgia reverse.
Hey, it's great. It
we
won the
should
champ.
we
Won state
should
championship.
we should have ran that on 3rd and 6 in
Yeah,
overtime.
man.
Wow, that's
Inside
funny.
zone.
That's hilarious. If you want to run a run play, that's
Yeah,
hilarious.
absolutely.
That's funny.
All right, so the next pick is on me, man. I'm not gonna hold you guys. I'm gonna go with the Georgia Bulldogs, man.
Yeah. Okay.
At number 3, I'm gonna go with the Georgia
Okay.
Bulldogs. I think they're the best one-loss team in the conference.
Mhm.
I'm gonna put them up there. Let me find them.
Wait,
All right.
wait. You saying you think they're the best one loss team in the conference over Alabama?
Well, so as far as
Oh, you talking about in conference play?
yeah, in conference play. I mean, yeah,
Interesting.
in conference play. Um, and the funny thing about it is a lot of these teams with one loss is Alabama beat, but
Mhm.
I don't want to have to be the one to say that.
Oh yeah.
Um, but when I look at the Georgia Bulldogs, again, well coached team. This is Kirby Smart at his finest. We got to see it on display against
Mhm.
uh an Ole Miss team in which I saw a crazy stat that Ole Miss only gained 13 yards. 13 yards in the fourth quarter of that football game. That
Yeah.
is,
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Like
Yeah.
that is impressive. Now,
Yeah.
this when we talk about who you beat, this isn't particularly impressive. Hey, when you look at who they beat, this isn't you gotta look at maybe the Tennessee win at you go in Neyland Stadium and get a win. That's always a plus,
Mhm.
right? Uh Outside of that, maybe Ole Miss ranks up there. But when you watch this football team play, you see a very, very well coached football team, and you see a team that pulls out wins when they shouldn't pull out wins,
Yeah.
like they did against us. Um, Middle of the road team in terms of statistics, you got them ranked 7th and 8th in the conference, offense and defense, respectively. So, what do you guys think about that one?
When I see Georgia, man, and of course I'm just to be honest, man. When I see Georgia, they could have a lot of losses. You know what I'm saying? They could have a lot of losses, but the thing I said before the season when we discussed Georgia and them maybe falling off is I have to see Kirby Smart not coach. It's like as long as he's there, man, he has the intangible. He has to pay attention to detail when he doesn't have the necessary talent that he had in years past. He still has a coaching operation, man, that produces wins. And then I'm just gonna have to see him start losing before I pick against him. Period. That's where I am with Georgia.
What about you, Nick?
I mean, I understand the pick. I don't agree with it, but I understand the pick. I understand them at 3. I don't agree with the pick at 3. Because I think the team that I'm gonna pick at 4 would beat them. Because I think they would. I think they would beat them. But you know, we'll see what it is. We'll see. We'll see what y'all think about it.
Let's go then, St. Nicholas.
I do got a question for you, DC. Some you brought up, and I say this a lot too. Every time we mention Georgia, like when we rank, like I just want to just think about it. When we talked about Texas A&M, we didn't mention Mike Elko's name at all. We talked about Alabama. We didn't mention Kalen DeBoer's name at all. But when you mention Georgia and you put them up high, the reason has to be Kirby Smart. Like, why is that? Why do you think that we when we look at Georgia, we had a tendency not to look at the players. We don't call out the players, but we call out the coach.
It's the same reason we look at Auburn and say Hugh Freeze. It's like it's the same reason, but in the opposite way. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point. That's a great point.
That's a great point.
It's like, bro, it's like one is willing their teams to win, and it seems like one is willing their team to losses.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Mike Elko doesn't have a resume yet. So I have to see him do it year in and year out. It's just I'm saying at Texas A&M, he's only been there 2 years as a head coach. So what I'm saying is I have to see Mike Elko do it year in and year out over a period of time. I've seen Kirby Smart do this a long time at Georgia when you just sitting like, yeah, they're going to lose a lot of games. And then they just win, man. So it's just like, it's the same thing was with Nick Saban. It's a formula. It's an operation, man. It's the head of the company who is driving this company, and they get the same results over and over and over again, man. So I have to see him not do it again before, I doubt him. And same with Hugh Freeze. We're saying the same with Hugh Freeze. We're just like, man, I'll have to see them produce offense before we believe it. It's the same thing, man. It's the head guy who's responsible.
So Nick, I'm gonna ask you a question. Do you think that's fair when power ranking teams to consider the coach?
You're gonna do it anyway. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's gonna happen anyway. I mean, just like you stated earlier, nobody said anything about Mike Elko and being a defensive wizard and being one of the great defensive minds in the country. Nobody said anything about Kalen DeBoer and Ryan Grubb on the offensive side of the ball at Alabama. But when you talk about Georgia, first thing that's gonna come to mind is Kirby Smart. It's the same. It's like I agree with DC. It's the same thing with Alabama. When for 17 years, when you talked about Alabama, the first thing that came to mind was Nick Saban. That's what it was. It's the exact same thing.
And it's not just us doing it. Whenever if you go on the internet, you go Twitter, wherever you want to go, and they talk about Georgia football, they talk about Kirby Smart. Gonna start to threw for 4 touchdowns last week. Nobody mentions him. All right. So I'm saying is just like is he that good of a coach? It's like that he trumps the players.
That's a great question.
Let's ask this question. In the SEC right now, who would you take over Kirby Smart? And that will answer your question.
Oh, absolutely nobody.
There you go. There you go.
I mean, that's a debate. You can always have a debate.
Who would you
take?
You can
always make an argument.
Auburn job is open right now, man. And you got a choice of any coach in the SEC. Who are you taking?
I like what Clark Lee is doing at Vanderbilt. I think Clark Lee is a solid guy.
You would take Clark Lee over Kirby?
I said I like what Clark Lee is doing at Vanderbilt. I think Clark Lee is a solid guy.
With money not being an issue.
Right.
So with money not being an issue?
Yeah.
Money not being an issue? I think you would go Kirby at 1, but it wouldn't be like a far gone conclusion. I think you looking. I think here's the thing, bro. Here's the thing. I think when you look at these coaches, man, I think what you're doing is you're giving these coaches a lot of credit for what they did in the past. And you got to
Okay.
understand that we're in a different area of college football right now. The transfer portal just became relevant. Transfer portal and NIL just became relevant for real, what, 2020, 2021? Right around the time when Georgia was kind of when they kind of got when they wanted to back-to-back national championships, but it kind of went down a little bit. Now you're seeing, the parity in the SEC kind of catch up with them. The talent is catching up with them. They're not stacking talent like that anymore. That's the reason why I say that. That's the reason why I say the team on pick at 4, I believe, could beat them this year if they played. but yeah, man. I mean, yeah, you look at what these guys did when it was just one team and the other team and then a third team that was always the top 3 in the conference, and it showed in the numbers. But now you have a lot of guys that are coaching that can really coach. And then you saw Lane Kiffin. You saw Lane Kiffin this past weekend be able to have a lead against Georgia. Now, credit to Georgia. Georgia did make a comeback in the fourth quarter, excuse me, and win the game. You saw even with Hugh Freeze,
the faucet off in the fourth quarter.
Even with Hugh Freeze, Hugh Freeze had a game plan against Georgia and had them and was beating them and had them 0 in the first half. So my thing is, and we all, and you know how we feel about Hugh Freeze. I mean, let's that's my point exactly. So my thing is when you talk about him, you talking about him as something that he has done. That was in 2022. We in 2025. Let's talk about what's going on in 2020. I can say he lost in the college football playoff last year to Marcus Freeman. I can say he didn't make the college football playoff the year before that. I can say he won 9 games that year. I can say he won 10 games last year. So I mean, let's just be real. It's not like he's head and shoulders above everybody else. The dude's still mortal, and there are other coaches that are catching up to him. So yeah, I mean, you can make an argument that there are other coaches that you would take.
Okay. One thing I will agree with you on, Nick, though, is the coaching in the SEC is just ridiculous when it comes to like the names. We brought this up on it was on Sharpshooters Monday. Kentucky's the worst team in the SEC, and they're coached by Bob Stoops' baby boy. So it's like I don't know if you get that in some other conferences, man. It's just, top to bottom, the coaching is you got names in the SEC. Now some of them not performing. You see Billy Napier on his way out the door. And Sam Pittman got the boot, and it looks like one Hubert Freeze is going to be on the sideline as well. But you got the names here, man. You got the names in this conference. But guys, we got to move it along. We're still gonna have some conversations about this, but we got to move it along with this next pick. That next pick comes to Nick, man. This is where it gets interesting, Nick. This is where it gets interesting because I think everybody kind of had that top 3. I think is kind of been consistent on most of the list that I've seen. This is where that parity comes into play. Tell me, Nick, who you got as the number 14 in the SEC so far?
Vanderbilt Commodores.
Vanderbilt Commodores. That's exactly where I had them, Nick.
Have Vanderbilt on my 4. List.
Yeah.
I think I sit here and talk about it, man. You talk about if you want to talk about who teams have what teams have looked like on the field against who they played against. Vanderbilt has looked really good against every team that they played, even in a loss to Alabama at Tuscaloosa. Yeah. I mean, when you talk, if you want to talk about that, and I'm gonna keep saying it, I'm going to keep saying this. A fumble in that game changed that game. On the second drive of the game, a fumble by Diego Pavia changed that game. If he does not fumble that ball, that's a different game. But like I said, ifs is whatever. I can't remember the what's the name, but it is what it is. But I look at it like this, and I say, man, Vanderbilt even in that game when it was 14-14, Vanderbilt did not allow a touchdown in that game until 17 seconds left in the game when Alabama wanted to make the score look worse than what it was. I think Alabama kicked 3 field goals in that game, is what they did in the second half. Vanderbilt's a good team.
Mhm.
Probably one of the most complete teams in the conference. I dare say the country. And
Mm.
they are a legitimate threat, in my opinion, to make it to the college to the college football playoff and the SEC championship. A legitimate threat. So I like Vanderbilt as a team. I got Vanderbilt as a fourth ranked team in the conference.
And man, I can agree with that. What
Mhm.
what you think about that one, DC?
Yeah, I think so, man. And looking at the schedule, man, they could win out, man.
Yeah,
They could, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying, without a doubt, looking at the schedule, man, they could win out. So
yeah.
yeah, they are definitely, man, looking trending toward the playoffs. I think this game Saturday with Missouri is going to, decide a lot for both teams. Missouri
I
and
I
Vanderbilt.
agree.
Yeah. So yeah, I agree with Nick on this one, man. I can't argue with it.
Yeah, I like Vanderbilt right there, man. Vanderbilt is one team that can make a blowout look like a close game, right? You
Mm-hmm.
look at that LSU score, 31-24. That looks like, touchdown game, anybody's game. It was not. There was no point in that football game where LSU
Mm-hmm.
had any control of that football game whatsoever. That
Mm-hmm.
game was all Vanderbilt from beginning to end. The brand of football they play, it makes you look like that. Was it
Mm-hmm.
interesting, Nick, that you brought up that Alabama play? I just I do like the fun fact of I think the kid's name is Justin Jefferson that got that pick.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. The only reason he's playing is because of Diego Pavia suing and getting the junior college rule.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
Exactly. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
so that's the only reason he's able to even play in. Like it's just fitting that, you know, Pavia throws an interception to him to kind of seal that game very early on. I thought that was really,
And
really
Trez,
funny,
I
man.
want to mention this while we're here, man. Like going back to your analogy about hitting rock bottom, man. It's like think about it. This guy was out there, man. Auburn could have had this guy, and you know
Yep.
what I'm saying. If
Pavia.
they could have had this guy, and they probably could have had this guy and the offensive coordinator. And think
Mm,
Yep.
of think of that offensive coordinator with this guy and Auburn weapons surrounding him. Man, it would be a movie, man. But again, it's
yeah.
like you look at him and he doesn't have the measurables, the stature, and all that stuff. So you think you can go out and get you a 5-star versus getting, you know what I'm saying, what you need,
Yeah.
and, and what's proven. So
He, he might not have the stature, but the kid can play football,
yeah,
man.
man, he
The
got
kid
it.
can play
Just like
football.
Stetson Bennett, man, he has it. I don't know what that
Yeah.
is, but he has it.
Yeah. He shows up in the timely moments. I mean, this kid, man,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
credit to Vanderbilt though. What they done in the portal, it's one thing to go out and get like I want to say this. It's one thing we sometimes during the summer, and we'll do it again this summer. There's gonna be big names and 5 stars, and everybody's gonna be excited. And every kid that commits to a school, that fan base is gonna say that kid is the best thing since sliced bread. Nobody ever gets a recruit and says,
Mm-hmm.
this kid ain't gonna make it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody thinks that everybody's gonna be great. But shout out to Vanderbilt for actually recruiting their system, going in the
Mm-hmm.
portal and getting guys that fit their system. Along their offensive line, they added guards and tackles. Defensively, they added some pieces, and they got guys that fit what they want to do well, and they're executing, man. They are executing. I can't take nothing away from 'em. Can't take nothing away from them. All right. So we're gonna move it on along here. Well, before we move it along, let's check on that question of the day real quick. Man, you guys really like Remember the Titans? That's a great movie. That's a great movie. Again, this is our best football themed movie. If you're a member of the Keyboard Collective, make sure you vote on this. It's real easy. You just drop hashtag A, B, C, D, E, F, or G in the chat. They correspond to which movie you pick. So far, Remember the Titans is winning by a landslide. Nobody. Am I just old? Nobody remember the program? I
Yeah,
thought
we
that was a
did.
great movie,
Nick,
man. Like,
Nick,
Huh?
can we get some more?
He sound like being the butter pecan ice
Yeah, he
cream.
does. He does.
Bro,
Like,
I
hey,
was
you don't like
struggling.
the
Like nobody
program?
like butter pecan ice cream, but
Can we
Nick.
get somebody that's seen that movie? Like that is an awesome movie, man. But but yeah, man. If you are in the chat, man,
There you
make
go.
sure you
Somebody
vote for.
hashtag F the program. You got to vote.
Ah, Travell my age though.
Reveal, that's what I'm talking about. That's interesting.
Hey,
Oh man, so at least with
take the message. Take the message, man.
oh man. But
That's
yeah,
funny.
so yeah, you guys, man, continue to vote if
Uh-oh,
you're a member of the
hey,
Keyboard Collective.
for
If
every
you
for
remember
every
the
one, you got two. Remember the Titans.
right.
I guess
Right.
because it's based on a true story. What is that?
Yeah. So if you're a member of the Keyboard Collective, you can vote on this in the chat by just, hashtagging the letter. If you are not and you just watching and you not subscribed, then you can't vote. So you want to go ahead and go to YouTube, subscribe to the channel so you can have your vote counted. This is America. We
Yes.
need your vote to count. All right, so make that happen. All
That
right.
part.
So we're gonna get to this fifth pick real quick so that we can go ahead and catch up some of these comments at the halftime mark and see what the Keyboard Collective is saying. All right. With that
Okay.
fifth pick,
I'll make this
it
quick,
falls
man.
on DC.
Yeah, I'll make this quick, man. So get to the comments. Ole Miss, man. I'm going Ole Miss for the fifth pick, man. And it goes back to what we just talked about, man, about going an evaluation over just 5 stars. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
This man went out and got this dude Trinidad, like from where? I don't know.
It's a
But
D2 school, I think.
yeah, man. But
Ferris
it's
State.
like, bro, that's
Ferris
like
State.
evaluation, man. That's some like
Mhm.
superior evaluation, dude. So shouts out to Lane Kiffin, man. Wish we had him at Auburn, but it is what it is. Yeah, I'm going Ole Miss, man.
What you think about that, Nick?
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I have on my list. Literally at 5.
Yeah,
I
me
have
too.
Ole Miss at 5, man. Ole Miss is a pretty good team. To me, Ole Miss has the Tennessee problem. It's just something missing there, and I believe it's on the defensive side of the ball that is just missing.
Yep.
But if they had, if they just had, the ability to get a stop in a game or 2 stops in a game, especially that Georgia game, I think that score is different because the offense did more than enough for them to win that game.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I agree. This is exactly where I had them on my list too at 5.
Mm-hmm.
This is, tough game against Georgia. Tough game. They gave Georgia everything they wanted in that football game up until the fourth quarter, to be honest
Yep.
with you. Lane Kiffin again, he just spits out quarterbacks. Like, I don't even know if his evaluation, DC. I think he can I think I could pass for
Okay.
2,000, 2,500
Okay.
yards under Lane
Okay.
Kiffin.
Okay.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Like, if you guys I don't know if you guys can DVR to go back, but this weekend, this Saturday on game day, Nick Saban did a wonderful job of diagramming how Lane Kiffin makes it really, really easy on his quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't ask him to do a whole lot of difficult things and make a whole lot of difficult reads. He just makes the game super, super, super simple for him. So it's not surprising that you can get a D2 quarterback in there and can run this system. Um, but yeah, maybe on the defensive end, they could use a little bit more on the defensive end, but offensively, man, you can't argue with what Ole Miss has put on the field. In that schedule, to get past Oklahoma, and you're looking at maybe a one-loss team
Man,
at
okay,
the end of the season.
what's intriguing though, guys, is like, man, I would like to see a calculator to see how many 1 and 2 loss SEC teams can we possibly have, man, because we're gonna have a lot of seems like 1 and 2 loss SEC teams because if you look at their schedule, they can win out.
Yeah,
They can.
yeah,
They can.
yeah. It's very true.
They definitely can.
Very true. I think some carnage is coming though.
Mm-hmm.
That
Okay.
you got Oklahoma up there. One of these teams is gonna have 2 losses after next
Yep.
week. So
Yeah.
so that's a fact. That's for sure. So all right, guys, tell us how we doing so far. 1 through 5. We're at the halfway part of this list. We got 1 through 5 up there. Again, man, make sure you drop in your comments and your top tens in the chat, man. I want to see where you guys are ranking these teams too. Don't just criticize. Let us know where you ranking them. And let's get to a few of these comments real quick, man, so that we can see what they think. I saw a lot of comments in this chat. So hold on a second. Let's get over there and let's see what we got here. And I'm gonna scroll back up a little bit. All right, so Dwight's already put his list up. I'm always interested to see what Dwight's got. Dwight's got Alabama #1, Texas A&M, Georgia, Oklahoma, Vandy, Ole Miss, Mizzou, Texas, Tennessee, and LSU. What you guys think about that?
Hmm. I got Vandy over Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I have Tennessee higher than that.
Okay.
Um, yeah, and of course, I got Texas A&M 1 over Alabama. But
Mm.
other than that, yeah, I got Ole Miss over. You put we already got Ole Miss at 5, so definitely over
Right.
Oklahoma.
Yeah, for sure. It's got the king of the comments checking in said that SEC championship gonna be crazy. Yeah, it
Yep,
is, man. Yeah.
Bro,
yep.
think if they move to the this year if we had that play-in game,
That'd be crazy.
that
Oh, yeah,
would be
that'd be wild.
bananas. That would
Yeah.
be
That'd be crazy.
bananas,
So,
man.
so essentially, it would be like a SEC tournament, right?
Yeah,
Instead
that's
of a
fair.
championship game. Yeah,
Right.
that'd be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, you got Ed Darby coming in, Mr. 21 checking in saying, and not the best, but necessary roughness is up there for me. Yeah. I mean, listen, eh, that is a good movie. That is a good movie. It's so many football movies I couldn't put them all up there though. So make sure you vote for other on the list, man. And, so we can get your comments on that. Let's scroll back up, man, because we had a lot of comments about some of these picks
Mm.
that were very, very interesting. Let me see here.
What the chat
Uh,
saying? What the chat saying?
we got let's see. A lot of people here are checking in with the list, and let's see. You got Huggy saying honorable mention is The Replacement. Such a good movie, but remember the Titans is the GOAT. Yeah, Replacements is a good movie, man. Super, super funny. Dwight telling Nick, said, "Don't be with that BS, man." I think he's talking about that Alabama pick,
Of course, that's
the
what he's
Texas
talking
A&M
about.
pick. Yeah, he's saying that only one ranked win. That's what he's saying about Texas A&M. Says only
And they
one.
undefeated. They saying them undefeated. Sorry.
Yeah, they have beaten everybody in front of them.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. If you
Yeah, all right.
if we put emphasis on these Power 4 conferences and that Power 4 team goes undefeated, they deserve to be at the top. But
And
it
if
is
we
what it is.
even if we was in the old SEC format, man, they would be #1 on their side.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Says
They
Exactly.
would
says
be if we were in the divided SEC, they would be #1 over Alabama right now.
yeah, yeah.
So
He says we got another Nick in here. SMH always Auburn fans. Listen, we can't get Alabama fans to come up here, man. I tried. They don't want to be part of it.
that's a compliment too, man. By the way, thank you.
Let's see. You got
Awesome to
FSU
be
catching.
another Nick, man.
Absolutely. Got FSU catching the stray.
Sorry, Huggy.
And then got Coach Carl saying all rankings matter.
I disagree.
All rankings matter.
I disagree. I think, like I said it before, I think the AP rankings are literally for the TV for ESPN, NBC, CBS, and that just so they can sell top 10, top 15, and top 20 matchups. That's all I believe it's for. The real rankings don't matter until the college football playoffs come on. Those are the real rankings according to the system that's been implemented. That's it.
So there's the
And
only
it's
ones
just
that
my
matter.
personal opinion. And my personal opinion, because we put so much emphasis on the college football playoff. To me, the only ones that matter are the ones that come out week 9, which is next week. So, hey, it is to me. That's how we look at it, right? We look at it, national championship, college football playoff. That's what we playing for. That's what we playing for,
That's
right?
true.
We don't care. We don't care about bowl games no more. The AP rankings matter when it was when bowl games mattered. When the Music City Bowl mattered. They don't care. They don't matter no more. But the only thing that matters is making it to the playoffs. So if that's the case, that's how I'm gonna pick these teams.
Nick, this is the most credible ranking show on the planet. These rankings matter, my guy.
We're gonna be
Just
They
saying.
matter for
Tez, you're
real.
gonna be like the Sheridan poll. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be like the Sheridan poll. Bro, I
Maybe we
remember
should
I used to
crown
be like, man, that's
we
gonna
should
date
crown
me.
our
But
own national champion
I
after this.
used to get get the newspaper, man, back in the day, man, just so I could see the Sheridan poll, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's old stuff.
So we got Susan checking in. Susan, what's going on? War
It's my
Eagle.
other favorite Auburn fan. Shout out to Susan.
Shout out, Susan. It says Dwight is saying, he says, I see why y'all Auburn fans. Because that orange and blue looks amazing, doesn't it? He's saying
But
four ranked wins is better than one ranked win, but y'all making one
okay,
loss trump everything.
let me ask
Let's talk
Dwight.
about that for a
Let me
second.
ask this, Dwight, and we'll ask them after this, man. I want to ask this, Quez. If the roles were reversed and Alabama was undefeated with Texas A&M schedule, would you be now saying Alabama doesn't deserve to be number one because they're undefeated?
They probably won.
You see what I'm
They
saying?
wanted Alabama number one. They wanted Alabama number one when they was 1-1. Week 2, they wanted Alabama number one.
Oh man.
So yeah,
That's
then they would
hilarious.
be arguing, but we undefeated.
it's I do think it's hilarious though, like how we accuse each other of being biased by being biased.
Yeah, right.
It's like I don't get it, but it is what it is.
Hilarious.
Let's see what we got. Ed checking in saying these teams are close to even. Coaching is the difference between wins and losses. That's why
Thank
we
you,
should be
Ed.
ranked.
Shout out to
Ranking
Ed
coaches
Darby.
week to week. Shout
Shout out
Ed.
to Ed
Yeah.
Darby.
Yeah,
Thank you,
that's good
Ed.
comments.
Thank you,
Good
Ed.
comment, man.
Thank you. Got on the block. Coach Carl checking in saying, "What's going on, Coach? Got to get you up here too, man." It says no. That's Auburn, but no Auburn is putting Bama at number one, but maybe Tez. I didn't want to do it, and I didn't get the vote. So, let's see. Dwight is saying, we beat Texas A&M in it when Bama beat Texas A&M in the SEC championship. Nick got to wear a Bama shirt. Huh?
That's not gonna happen.
They ain't beat Auburn in the. Nick's
See,
not a Texas
now
A&M
that
fan.
is bias. It's not that bias. It's not that bias. You beat Texas A&M, but you got to wear an Alabama shirt if we beat Texas A&M.
That's the equivalent of Johnny Manziel on the Vanderbilt sideline.
We all biased, bro. We all biased, man.
It got preseason. I don't know why when you capitalize Tez, if you type a capital T-E-Z in the chat, for some reason it puts a T in the frog. I don't know. I don't know what that's about, but you know.
Is it supposed to be like the Pez, you know, like the little Pez candies? Is that supposed to be like because the little Pez
I
candy have
couldn't
like a
tell
little
you.
frog that pop up?
I haven't figured that out yet, man. But I couldn't tell you. It's hilarious. Every time I see it, I laugh though. We got Huggy checking in on that butter pecan ice cream, saying it's the abomination. Straight booty juice.
Dwight just answered your question. Dwight just answered your question about if you would flip it. When you get to it, I want you to see.
Okay. So let me just get the people that's checking in. Again, we got Coach Carl checking in right there with the
Shout
salute.
out to Coach Carl, man.
You got Sharp checking in saying those cuss words. You know I can't say that, man.
Shout out to B Sharp.
Attacking me, man.
It said Nick gone, now we winning. Is it the coach of the school?
I didn't ask that question. I did not ask that question. That was
no.
Not
He's talking about
me.
he's talking about Saban, not you. He's saying Nick is gone.
Oh,
now,
Nick.
Okay. And we're
yeah,
winning. Is it the coach? I think it's. I mean, the coach is decent, but this is the most talented roster in the country. Per every single ranking service in America has the most composite rank number. Like it's just.
Do they not have like an 89% blue chip ratio?
Yes, I mean you put premium gas in the car, you can get far. Like
I think that's number one in the country, and I think right behind them is Ohio State. So I mean, at 88%, if I'm not mistaken. But you know, I could be wrong on that. But you got a point there, Tez. You got a great point there.
We got Coach Carl saying Hugh Freeze. I didn't know you was a fan, Coach. I'm just messing with you, man. Got the Huggy Beard saying you got to take Kirby from someone who despises UGA. Kirby violated my nose and he owns my Tigers. Yeah, he does. And then of course you got Huggy letting us know that he don't like his face.
Hubert,
just some about it he just don't like.
One Hubert Freeze. That's who it is. Who came up with that?
And he says, shout out to B Sharp for looking like a down south Waldo Faldo. Nick knows what I'm talking about.
What?
I don't know. I mean, I know who Waldo
From Family
Faldo
Matters.
is.
Is he talking about Waldo Faldo from Family Matters? Is that who he talking about? Eddie's friend? Eddie's best friend?
Yeah,
that was his
I think
name,
so.
Waldo Faldo.
What?
But what makes him down south?
I don't know. That's a great. Well, I guess because Family Matters was based out of Illinois, so I'm guessing he's saying. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it alone.
All right, man. Let me skip through a couple of these. Let me get down to the end so we can see We got Ed saying that Vandy's a solid team with a game and quarterback. Dangerous combo. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, so let's go see what these guys are talking about down here at the bottom of this. I hadn't got this whole comment thing down yet, guys. I'm gonna get it together though. Uh says Ed saying Alabama is not judged on wins. Okay.
Wow.
It was
Wow. Wow.
Dwight answered the
losses.
question.
Or losses.
Dwight answered the question from DC. If you can, I think it's like three comments up from there.
Let's see. Let me see if I can find it. Dwight. Okay, is it this one?
Yes.
So no, if Texas A&M and Alabama record would switch, I wouldn't put Alabama in front. Remember last week I had Texas at 1. Texas A&M at 1. Yeah, he did. He did.
So what
Okay.
changed though?
I think that win, beating Tennessee.
You know, he had Texas A&M at 1 or Texas.
I think he meant Texas A&M.
Texas A&M.
Okay,
He had
so
Texas A&M at 1 last
If
week.
you had Texas A&M at 1, like what would be, you know what I'm saying? What would, you know, they won against Arkansas, right? At Arkansas.
Right.
Was beating Tennessee at home that more powerful than beating Arkansas on the road, which both of those teams played and they like were pretty much an even team. So was the weight of beating Tennessee that much that they would jump over Texas A&M beating Arkansas?
To be the bigger brand.
Yeah.
Tennessee's a bigger brand.
He's putting a lot of weight on
you see what I'm
Tennessee.
saying? But what I'm
Yeah.
saying, the teams played the prior week, and they're pretty even teams head to head. We watched that with our eyes.
Yeah,
you know, Arkansas went to Tennessee, and they were head-to-head teams. So
they beat a bigger brand.
Yeah, how can teams that were head to head? We watched them play the week before, and it was a head to head matchup, dude. So how
and they only won by 3.
Them beating Tennessee at home in Texas A&M? Did they beat Arkansas on the road? Or A&M?
No, Arkansas lost by 3 at Neyland Stadium, and Texas A&M lost. I mean, Texas A&M beat Arkansas at Arkansas by 3
Right,
points.
they beat Arkansas on the road. Y'all beat Tennessee at home. I would say that's just even on two teams that Arkansas went to Tennessee and they played an even game with Arkansas on the road. So how does y'all beating Tennessee hold that much weight to jump them?
That's an interesting. That's an interesting. Yeah. Well. Yeah. That's interesting. You got. I can't argue with that. I can't argue with that. I don't have any argument with that. If you had him ranked up there beforehand, yeah, you got a point.
Yeah, he did have Texas A&M ranked number 1 last week.
I get it, but you know, kudos to him. I'm saying for not being biased. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving him credit for not being biased, but that's just my follow-up question is if you had Texas A&M number 1, how was the weight of you beating Tennessee that much more to jump Alabama over them now? It was, to me, they are even teams. So you know what I'm saying? That's my question. You know, I'm giving them credit, man, for not, you know, being a biased Alabama fan, but that's just the follow-up question.
And in all fairness, man, I'm telling you, like Dwight's lists are pretty solid. Like I he hasn't shown me like a bunch of. Now he's argued with us where Alabama should be placed. Of course, he's an Alabama fan, and we all are. Anybody who says that they're not biased when it comes to this, like, you have an affinity for your team, but his lists are usually pretty solid, man. And he's, you know, he's agreed with us sometimes. He's disagreed with us sometimes. So
yeah, that's true.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm be honest with you, Dwight. As a Auburn fan, bro, sometimes it's hard with the rivalry, and I'm just being honest and candid. Sometimes with the rivalry, man, it's hard to pull off that bias because it's like so much dislike for the in-state rivalry. So I'm just, you know, just be honest with you, Dwight, man. It's difficult sometimes to take it off.
Yeah, so I'm gonna catch up a few of these, and then we're gonna get right back into it, man. Travell saying y'all gonna mail Kuiper y'all way to ESPN with this ranking show. That'd be great.
Send us the NBC, man. Send us the NBC. Shout out to
send us to who's paying.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. That's a good point.
We'll put it on the Home Shopping Network if you want us to. I wouldn't care.
The CW.
All right, so if I didn't get to your comment, charge it to my head, not my heart, man. I'm trying to. I'm new to this, so I'm still trying to get through how to get through this very quickly. I'll come back at the end of the show and we'll get through some of these. But let's get back to this ranking stage, man, and let's continue what we've already got. All right, so you guys, we got there. You have it. This is what we got through five rankings. We got Texas A&M, Alabama. We got Georgia. We got Vanderbilt and Ole Miss. We gotta do these last five and determine who's going to be on the sidelines for the remainder of this week. All right. Before we get into that, man, I want to let you guys know that aren't subscribed that the Keyboard Collective is always, and I mean always, accepting memberships. And we got this little message. All right, real simple application. All you got to do is hit that subscribe button on the YouTube channel, and you are in. Before we get to these rankings one last time, let's check on our question of the day. And our question of the day is, what is the best football themed movie? Again, remember the Titans cleaning up, man. A lot of people like Coach Boone. We got one vote for the program. Guys, listen, if you haven't seen this movie, go see it. Please go see it. It's one of my favorite movies.
Oh, man.
And then it's got one vote for Any Given Sunday. I thought Any Given Sunday would get more votes than that. And I'm surprised nobody picked Fat Friday Night Lights. That's a
Yeah, that's a
classic
shocker
there.
right there. That's a shocker.
Yeah. So again, if you want to vote on this, all you got to do is subscribe to the channel and drop your vote in the chat. Hashtag the corresponding letter. That's A, B, C or D or so on and so forth to whichever option you want to pick. And we have G as other. If you pick G, only thing I ask is if you put what movie that you are voting for in the chat, right? I'm surprised we got no Little Giants, man. Nobody like Becky, the Icebox. Oh, man, should have put Waterboy up there. I forgot about that one.
yeah, Waterboy
Mhm.
would go.
But yeah, this is open all show. So at any time you can vote for whatever movie you like. It'll be updated in real time. And at the end of the show, we'll determine which one you guys like the best. But I can kind of tell you what it's gonna be already. All right, so let's get back to this ranking stage. And let's go ahead and get through this. All right. Where did we leave off? Who's got the next pick? Is it me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's me. All right. So at number six, I am going to pick. I got Missouri. I got Missouri at number 6.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
I just still think Missouri is a good team. And I know they may get some pushback. But I think Missouri is a good team. Now, when you look at their schedule, it is nothing to smile at, right? It is who they beat. We talk about who you beat. Uh, the only person that they beat, honestly, is probably Auburn. That win at Auburn may be their biggest win on their schedule because South Carolina is not a good football team. But when you watch Missouri play, you know that this is a good football team, right? This is number 2 defense in the SEC, number 4 offense in the SEC, and that's not by accident, right? They can put up points in that defense. They got 2 of the best ends in the country. I believe in Zion Young and Desmond Wilson, 2 of the best ends in the country. Ahmad Hardy is one of the best running backs in the conference. So what do you guys think about that pick, man? I know I might be on the island with this one.
No, you're not. You're actually not. I have them in that range. Yeah, I have them in that range. I think I got them a little bit lower than that. But I understand where you're coming from with that because Missouri is still a good football team.
Mm-hmm.
Still is. Now, is the thing about Missouri that's a question for me is can they develop a vertical passing game? for the rest of the season, without it heavily being reliant on Kevin Coleman Jr. Other than that, they have everything else.
Mm-hmm.
They have everything else they need to legitimately make a run. But that back half of the schedule is kind of is a tough schedule. That
It
is a
is.
tough schedule. The
Yeah,
back
it's
half
tough.
of the schedule.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. But I can't. I'm not gonna sit here and deny like that is a solid football team. Solid football team.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Scott, what you think about that one, DC?
Yeah, I can go with it, man. You know, I would have had them maybe pick one more down. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I would have picked them like, you know, after Oklahoma maybe. But
Mm.
I can't argue with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I just think that, I mean, like I said, this is one of those that you have to watch the games to
Mhm.
understand that ranking. If you're not
Well,
watching
yeah,
the
I mean, they
games,
play Alabama well, man. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? They
If you're
play
just looking at
Alabama
the
well, so
schedule
they
and
are
you
a
be like,
good
"God,
team.
no way they should be up there." But if you
Yeah, they're
see
a
this
good team,
team
bro.
play,
They're a good team.
yeah, yeah. That's why I put in the I put on Facebook. It's like, "Hey, man, we watch all the football games so that you guys don't have to." So,
Mhm.
uh, yeah, so
Yeah, like I said in that Alabama game, I just think the quarterback was. I think Alabama's quarterback was better than theirs,
Mhm.
in my
yeah,
personal.
yeah.
And then them, you know, putting the ball in their own territory was just,
That was a little weird, wasn't
yeah,
it?
very, very weird, bro.
And you could argue that, hey, like you said, if Kevin Coleman doesn't getting hurt in that game, I'm not saying they win, but it's definitely a different ball game,
Yeah,
with a
look
down
at
the
the
field
squad,
threat.
man. Look at
And it was still a 3 point
Yeah,
game.
yeah, yeah. It's crazy, man.
Still a 3 point game.
Mhm.
Final
it
score
was.
being 27-24.
Yep.
Alright. So, alright, man, so we're gonna get on to the next one, man. I didn't even start the clock this time, but we didn't need it. But I started this time. Alright. And, that next pick falls on DC. Who you got, man? It's the
Nicholas.
number 17.
Is it Nicholas?
Is it on Nick?
I think it's Nick.
Oh,
It was
my
me.
last yeah,
Okay.
it's Nick,
Okay.
it's Nick. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going with Oklahoma at number 7, man. Give me the Oklahoma Sooners at number 7.
Oklahoma Sooners. Okay,
Yeah, give me Oklahoma at number 7. You
okay.
picking Missouri at 6 threw me off a little bit.
Mhm.
Threw it off
Yeah,
because like I said, I have Missouri a little bit lower than that, and
right.
I actually on my personal list, I actually have Oklahoma as number 6 team in the conference.
Mm.
Yeah.
I still like Oklahoma, man. I still think Oklahoma has a chance uh, to make it to the SEC championship game. My picks for the SEC championship game preseason was Texas and Oklahoma, and I think that's still doable for Oklahoma, man. But it really depends on what happens with John Mateer, man. And it looks like we had this conversation last week. I remember Fan Addict, shout out to Coach. I was in the chat and we was having a
Right.
conversation about can Oklahoma run the football? Like, would it be like? And I asked the question: do you think it's enough to have just Torrey Blaylock and John Mateer as just the running threats in this offense? And they proved it this past weekend. They had Torrey Blaylock, if I'm not mistaken, had two rushing touchdowns in that game. In that game this past weekend. And they ran the ball in that game.
Yeah.
Pretty well. So I like Oklahoma, man. I like Oklahoma down the stretch. They play Ole Miss at home this weekend. I think that's going to be a very interesting game.
Mhm.
Do I think Ole Miss can go on the road and get a win there? Possibly. Um, do I think Oklahoma can get the win there as well? Yeah. But yeah, that's gonna be a good game, man. But no, I like Oklahoma, man. I think Oklahoma got a really good chance. Excuse me, I think Oklahoma got a really good chance to be one of those maybe 1-2 lost teams in the conference that has a that has a legitimate uh gripe for the college football playoff.
Yeah, they got a hard road too, though, bro. And
Yeah.
what I'm gonna be really looking for this weekend, man, is Oklahoma defense against Lane Kiffin offense without the sign stealing.
The sign stealing.
Man,
Yeah, we
Lane
heard
say
that,
The
huh?
sign
he
stealing.
caught him, man. Y'all not gonna steal these signs on us this weekend. So
The
Yeah,
sign
that's
that's what I'm
crazy,
stealing.
looking
man.
for, man. I want to see what this defense look like quarter quarter. You know, Lane Kiffin say they stealing signs, bro. So I want to see what's up, man. That's what I'm be looking
Yeah.
for, bro.
Yeah, I had Oklahoma in this range too, right
Mm,
around there, man. Number 1 defense in the conference. Now,
yeah.
I said this last week, and I'm gonna say it again. I don't know how so I know that they have talent. I know that their front seven is legit. So I don't want anybody to push back on that and say, "Oh man, you got David Stone and all these guys." I get that. But what offense has this team played that wows you,
Thank you. Thank you. No, you
right?
getting not
Like
you not getting pushback from me,
just
Tez. I'm with you, bro.
just really and truthfully, like I'm not saying
Mhm.
that they're not talented. I believe that they are everything that we say that they are. They are, deserving of that number one ranking in defense. But then when you look at that schedule, Auburn's not a good defense. Texas is not a good defense, and Texas beat them. I mean
Mhm.
offense, and Texas
Mhm.
beat them. Michigan is another big game. That's not a good offense at all.
Mhm.
South Carolina is almost last in the conference in offense. I think they are last in the conference in offense, if I'm not mistaken. So, like,
Mhm.
what offense has really, really and truly challenged this defense um, for them to earn this respect outside of name recognition, right?
Mhm.
Um, they, I'm gonna just be perfectly honest. They got a lot of credit from people thinking that Auburn was a good team.
Mhm.
I'm just being honest. Like when they beat Auburn, it was like, wow, y'all did that to those pieces with Cam Coleman and all those like. And then as time went on, we realized that man, this offense at Auburn is not. Come on, guys, is not the
Mhm.
best, right? So
Mhm.
like that's what I'm saying is like I want to see them. Like you said, Ole Miss is gonna test them,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
This is gonna be
Yeah.
the most competent offense that they played the entire year, and then they got at Tennessee after that. By the time they get to that bye week, we gonna learn a lot about this football team. And then after that bye week, guess what your reward is? The best quarterback in the conference at home. So like we're gonna learn a lot about Oklahoma in these next coming weeks. And I would be very surprised if they are still ranked as the number one defense
Yeah. Yeah.
in the conference after
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. They're about to
Um,
see three offenses, man, that can
yeah, I
put some
just
points on them. Yeah.
and offensively, they are middle of the road team. I don't think that they their inability to run the ball, I think, will end up being what cost them down this stretch if if
Mhm.
if they if it does cost them anything.
Yeah, I can get with
Um,
that, man.
all right, so you guys in the chat, I see you guys and y'all are man, it's just like it's going down in the chat. We gonna check on that. But if you are in the chat again, I'm gonna remind you of our question of the day, all right? Let's see how we vote. Kind of still the same. It looks like nobody's still watching the program, man. Y'all gotta watch that movie, man. Like I'm just saying, maybe I'm big on it, man, but I love that movie. But yeah, if you are in the chat, man, make sure you vote on this. What is the best football themed movie? We got some options up there. If your option is up there, not up there, you can pick G other, but you vote simply by hashtagging the letter that is beside the movie here. Right now, you got remember the Titans winning by a landslide. And if you can't vote, it's because you're not a member of the Keyboard Collective. And to become a member of the Keyboard Collective is really, really simple. All you got to do is go to the YouTube channel and press subscribe. That's it. Press subscribe, wait 5 minutes, and then you can vote. It's real simple. All right, so let's get back to it, man. Let's get back to this ranking stage. All right. So now at number 8.
Shoot, man. Get down to the scraps now, boss.
Yeah, yeah, it's getting
Ooh.
interesting. At the number
Man.
18 in the conference, let me know who you got.
I'm gonna go with Tennessee, man.
It's
I'm
gonna go
wrestling
with
between Tennessee and
Tennessee.
Texas, but I'm gonna go Tennessee, man.
I'm gonna
I,
go Tennessee.
yeah, I
Okay.
think Texas has a better defense, but I think Tennessee has a better quarterback.
Mm,
So I mean, I'm gonna
man,
go
you
with
got
Tennessee,
Tennessee.
man. I'm gonna go with Tennessee, bro. That's a rough
Okay.
one though. That's a rough
Yeah,
one.
that's tough. All right. So we got Tennessee up there. And tell us about that one, DC. What went into you thinking what you putting Tennessee right there, man? I
Man,
know you kind of explained it a little bit,
yeah,
but
yeah. I think though, man, Aguilar, man, even though he folded a little bit under pressure against Alabama, that was a big game. I think if they played head to head, yeah, it would probably be a stalemate for a while, but man, the better quarterback is going to normally win out. And I don't think Arch Manning is that guy, you know what I'm saying, under pressure, man. if they were playing at a neutral site against Tennessee, I would take Tennessee in that game because Tennessee has offense. I don't honestly, that win against Oklahoma didn't surprise me because I said, the whole offseason, man, that we're crowning Mateer and he's done nothing, in SEC
Okay.
play. So Aguilar, man, he's proven, man, to me, that he can do it against. He did it against Georgia, man. He was a field goal away against Georgia. So they look good against Alabama and he underthrew the ball. Did the pick six, man, and that's on him.
99-yard pick six.
Yeah, that's definitely on him. You know what I'm saying? But he looks like a competent quarterback. I would take him over Arch Manning all day.
Yeah, man, it's funny you talk about Aguilar like that because a lot of people thought Tennessee was doomed when Nico
I
transferred.
did too.
But you
I
notice
did.
in the beginning of the season, I was like, okay, what if Aguilar is just more efficient in the offense than Nico? What if he hit the just within the system hit the passes that Nico didn't hit? You know what I'm saying? You might have more efficient offense just with him playing within the system. He might not be as dynamic with his legs as Nico, but he's more efficient in the system. So.
What you think about that one, Nick?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, man. Tennessee has pleasantly surprised me because this is one of the situations where I looked at Aguilar at the quarterback position, and I said, from his first year at Appalachian State to his second year at Appalachian State, he regressed, and then
Right.
not going through a spring with Tennessee. I thought that was just doomed for Tennessee. But shout out to Josh Heupel, man. Shout out to him for putting his quarterback in the best position to succeed, Hugh Freeze. But shout out to Josh Heupel, man, for doing that and leaning on the strengths of that offense as well, man. Running the football, that's what they do, and putting the quarterback in the best position to succeed, Hugh Freeze. But man, shout out to that, man. I agree, man. I have no ill quips about Tennessee, but I still say that there's something missing about this team, and I think it's on the defensive side of the ball. Like I look at them. I look at them in Ole Miss.
Is it Jamar McCoy?
It could be. It could be some pressure off the edge for Tennessee. That's probably that probably could be the difference in it for that.
Lead the
defense.
conference in sacks though.
Yeah, but it's still something missing though. It's still something missing.
It is. I get what you're saying.
It's something missing.
Like it's something missing. Like I don't know. I don't know if they need another. I don't know if they need another guy off the edge to get more pressure, or they need more help on the corners.
It might
to
be
potentially
the back end, man.
Yeah, that probably might be what it is. That could be it. But the thing is, I look at it and I'm like, man, like if like where we have Ole Miss ranked at 5 and where we have Tennessee ranked at what we have them ranked at 8. That's not a big difference to me in this.
No, it's not.
In it's not, because I actually see Ole Miss and Tennessee as almost like the same team. Like I look at them like almost like the same team. Like it's just there's just something there that I just can't put my finger on. That's just they missing, and I think I know I lean more to what it is for Ole Miss. They just don't have a defense that can get a quality stop, 1 or 2 stops in the game to keep to help the offense. But Tennessee it's a little something there. And to DC's credit, it may be the back end part. It might be the back end, the corners and the secondary.
I mean, it could be. It could be. Like, man, I'm glad you mentioned Josh Heupel. I'm glad you did because I remember I answered the question like every time we talk about Georgia, we mention Kirby Smart. We don't mention the players. I think that Tennessee. I think Josh Heupel deserves that kind of treatment too.
I agree.
Because
all he does, a lot of people look at him as this spread out system, sideline to sideline, passing the ball, but all he does is spit out 1,000-yard rushes. On pace to have another one this year. That offense, it looks like that offense is plug and play. Like you could just put it in the quarterback. Like I said, they thought they were doomed.
I did
when Nico left. Nobody really knew what Aguilar was going to bring, but man, you put him in that system, and all of a sudden he shines, right? I wonder what he can get out of Jackson Arnold. Just curious. Extremely physical, and the refs let him get away with it too. So, with a pass rush like that, maybe the cornerbacks on the back end would be would be what's missing. But I get what you're saying, Nick. There's something about Tennessee that it's missing. It's like you can't
Yeah.
really put your finger on what it is, but it's like they just need. I don't know what it is, but they're missing that one piece. Piece
Mhm.
maybe, and then they could take it to the next level.
Mhm.
I
All
didn't know they
right.
were that bad in defense, though. Golly.
In terms of yardage, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I didn't know they were that bad at yardage, man. Wow.
All all right, man. So we got the next pick coming up. All right. Is that me?
Mm-hmm.
I think it is. Yep. The next pick. And I'm gonna go ahead and get these guys off the board. We're gonna go with Texas. I'm gonna go with Texas. And I thought about this one a long time. This was a very difficult one for me. Uh, Texas is you're looking at a two-loss team. Um, but Kentucky took them to the brink. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but that win over Oklahoma, I think, is of the bottom half of this list. That's probably the best. From 5, I think if you take from 6 through 10, that may be the best win from 6 through 10 out of any team from 6 through 10. Um, that Oklahoma win in the Red River Shootout. This is called now. I learned that. Um, I joke on Arch Manning a lot, saying that he doesn't. I don't think he want to be a quarterback. He may want to be a painter or something. I don't know. I just, I don't know. I just think like sometimes, man, like when you have the last name of a famous person, everybody kind of assumes like, oh, this is what you want to do with your life,
Mm-hmm.
and like
Mm-hmm.
maybe just maybe he doesn't want to play football.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that if he turns out to be great, I don't want everybody coming back to me saying, "Oh man, he's Arch. Look at what I told you about Arch." Listen, it's a joke, guys. It's ha ha laugh. But yeah, I just feel like Texas right now with that defense, um, and looking at the rest of their schedule can really make some noise. I really do. I think that at Mississippi State is gonna be a task for them because they
Mm-hmm.
struggle to score points. And I think you're gonna
Mm-hmm.
need points to beat Mississippi State. I think that defense is still good though. Um, that at Georgia game is gonna be interesting. They have 2 very interesting games left on their schedule. Of course, Vanderbilt, we know what Vanderbilt is. In fact, this entire second half of slate for them is
Boy.
brutal.
Yeah, because all those teams can score, bro.
Yeah. So you got at Georgia, and then you get rewarded as with the number 1 offense in the conference. So they're gonna test that defense out in Arkansas for sure.
Man.
And then you got Texas A&M down the back half.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I really thought about putting another team right here. Um,
Me too.
but I'm gonna go with Texas right here, man. What you guys think about that?
I'm with you, man. I'm with you, bro. I don't really give me the team that y'all would put here, man, because there's so many teams that seem like could be there, man. That's like we could just end the list right here, man. 9. Who would
Yeah.
y'all put there though?
What's it's a Nick's pick.
Okay.
So, with Nick, tell us about Texas
I,
first,
I,
and
I
then tell
need
me
I
what you
need
think
this
about
y'all
that
to
pick.
I need y'all to stretch it out a little bit more because I'm still debating on number 10 because that I had everything else up to 10 because I'm still debating on number 10 and I'm trying to in my mind debate myself in my mind why I would pick this team over this other team, but
But that last part, bro, that last list is scarce, bro. That
I'm
last
Yeah.
legitimate
list is
I'm legitimately here right now trying to
yeah.
to figure out like why how can I make the argument for who I want to pick at number 10 over the team that a lot of people are expecting me to pick at number 10.
Okay.
Uh
Man, why you doing
So
that?
why
Okay,
you
so let me ask you this, man.
go
Looking at the rest of the schedule, man, and this might be a hot take, bro. I don't think Texas gonna make the playoffs, man. Looking at that,
uh
they're scared. They already down
I
two,
think
bro. If they
I think they
lose one
possibly
more, if they lose one more, man, they might not get in.
I think honestly, I think this could be a collapse
Mm-hmm.
for Texas down the stretch.
Mm-hmm.
I like Vanderbilt over them. I
Mm-hmm.
like
Me too.
Georgia at Georgia over
Me
them.
too.
I like
Yeah.
Texas A&M in that football
Me
game.
too.
Uh, and even the Mississippi State and Arkansas games with
Yeah,
with teams that can score points like that. Now, Texas defense, I think, is for real. I'll give you
they
that.
are. Yes,
But if
I
it comes
agree.
down to a situation where you have to match points, they
Mm-hmm.
hadn't shown the ability to just put up a whole bunch of points.
Okay.
So
So it's not that hot of a take. Okay.
Well, it may be to some other people, but like
Yeah.
I don't know.
They might not make it, bro.
It's interesting. So while Nick is contemplating on that last pick, because listen, I don't know if you guys are just tuning in, the last pick on this list is always difficult because everybody else doesn't get picked; they just go to the sideline. All right, so if we did it 1 through 16, it would be a lot easier on them because he could just put that team at number 11, but you don't really get that opportunity. So while Nick is contemplating on that pick, I'm gonna give him a little bit more time. Let's check in on our question of the day real quick and see if we got any change. Come on the program. No. All right. So
just go and watch the program and eat your butter pecan ice cream, man.
I hate butter pecan ice cream. This.
Oh
but
man.
but yeah, this is our
I ate
question of the day, man.
some the other day, man. Go ahead.
This is our question of the day, guys, man. If you are just tuning in, you can answer this question of the day. We're asking, what is the best football themed movie in your opinion? We got Any Given Sunday. We got Remember the Titans, Friday Night Lights, got The Blind Side. We got Little Giants. We got The Program, and we got Other for whichever movie that's not on this list. And so far, Remember the Titans is winning by a landslide victory. And of course, if you my favorite movie is The Program. Uh, we got 1 vote for that. And you can vote if you are in this chat by just hashtagging the letter that corresponds with whichever movie that it's by. And if you can't vote, it's because you are not part of the Keyboard Collective. And to become a part of the Keyboard Collective, all you got to do is hit that subscribe button and you're in. So let your votes be known. This is America. All votes are counted. So you just put in whatever movie, and people still voting for Remember the Titans. It's crazy. I'm surprised that Friday Night Lights didn't get a single vote.
Yeah.
That is shocking to me that Friday Night Lights didn't get 1 single vote. And I didn't expect a lot of people to vote for The Program because it's an older movie, and kind of under the radar. But like Friday Night Lights I thought that it would be. I thought honestly, DC and Nick, I thought that A, B, and C would be really close in this race. I thought for sure that A, B, and C would be really close in this race, but a lot of people like Coach Boone, man.
Yeah, man.
All right, so it's not over with yet. You can still vote. Of course, you can vote to the end of the show, and we'll reveal the winner at the end of the show. But I think you guys can already tell where this is going.
Where it's going, yeah, man.
All right, Nick, you got it yet, man? You look like you over there contemplating, man.
Yeah. So I'm gonna just go ahead and just take the suspense out. So this number 10 is between LSU and Mississippi State. For me.
Okay. There's no redos. All sales
no
are final.
redos. No redos. So I'm trying to make an argument for one why I should pick one over the other.
Chad, help him out. Why should Nick pick
No,
LSU or
don't
Mississippi State?
Don't help me out because I'm trying to.
He's debating between LSU and Mississippi State.
Okay, so here it is. Okay, so
can we see that resume?
So Mississippi State had a game against Florida, right? And they were driving down the field towards the end of the game. And Blake Saban threw an interception at the end of the game. They were driving down the field to kick a game-winning field goal, or potentially, have a game-winning touchdown drive to win that game. Lost by 2. Florida lost to LSU, but LSU's offense didn't put up points in that game because DJ Lagway threw 5 interceptions in that game. But LSU still won the game 20-10. But that game should have been more than that. I mean, LSU should have blew Florida out that game. Excuse me.
Does the statistics matter to you?
I'm trying to find the reason why I should put this team in over another team. Why I should put that team in over this team. You know what?
if you make the wrong choice, the collective is going.
Yeah, that's
Gonna be
fine. That's
bad.
fine. It is what it is. I ain't tripping on it. It is what it is.
Y'all already
So
made
look
my
at,
choice.
Um,
Y'all already made my choice. I want to see what you see.
let's
What
look
you
at
got
Mississippi
for.
State's resume one more time, man.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go ahead and just go with what I feel. I'm gonna go with what I feel.
Okay.
Which team would I take now? If these two teams played each other right now, which team would I take?
Let me see the LSU one more time.
These two teams played each other right now. Which team would I take?
Hmm. I don't know, Nick. Which team would you take?
I think it depends on where that game is played. If that game is played at Mississippi State, I probably would take Mississippi State. If that game was played at LSU, I definitely would take LSU to win that game because I think Mississippi State is a team that's still trying to learn how to win on the road.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason why. That's the reason why I feel like Mississippi State is going to give Georgia a really good game and a potential win in that game at home because it's a home game.
And just if you're curious, the Keyboard Collective is mixed. I see some Mississippi States, I see some LSU, so a lot of people conflicted.
Yeah, it's
I'm gonna go with what I feel right here, man. This is a legit field pick. This is a legit field pick right here, and I'm gonna go with the team that I think is the more complete team between the two. I'm going Mississippi State, man. Put Mississippi State at 10.
Wow. Mississippi State at
Put Mississippi
10.
State at 10. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
going Mississippi State at 10, bro. I think
There's no refunds now.
yeah, nah, I'm gonna stick with that. I'm gonna rock with Mississippi State at 10. Mississippi State. Who Mississippi State plays Texas this week at home?
Right.
Yeah, I know, Ed. I know you don't use who would beat who in a power. I know that. That's definitely if it was a rating, you definitely will go with on a neutral field which team is more likely who's favorite. I understand that. But at this point in time right here, man, yeah,
So
I'm
we got
gonna stick with State. I'm gonna stick with State right there.
So we got Mississippi State up there at number 10. DC. What you think about that?
I'm not mad at it, man. I picked Mississippi State in my mind too.
Okay.
Because I mean, if you and I know you can go shoulda, woulda, couldas and all this stuff, man, but they were
Right.
driving to win the game at Florida, and then they did go into overtime too, so they could have easily won both of those games, man. I think State, man, if it was an LSU State game right now, I think I would pick Mississippi State in that game, man, especially if they were at home. That's just my humble opinion.
So I in this list that because I've kind of explained how I do this is I rank all these teams and then whichever team gets picked, I just cross it out and then I pick the next highest team when it's my turn. I had LSU at 10, Mississippi State at 11.
Okay.
So I think these teams are very, very close. I gave the nod. I gave the nod to LSU. Because I just think that LSU defensively, of course, is a better team. And honestly, it just came down to wins and losses to me.
Makes sense.
You know, because it was splitting hairs. I was splitting hairs. I see why you can make an argument for Mississippi State because that Tennessee game, that Tennessee game was theirs to win.
Yeah, in the Florida
right?
game too, man. The
Yeah, in
Florida
the
game was theirs to
they've
win,
looked
man.
they have it's a lot of people that don't like the Mississippi State pick. They may have some pushback, but man, I urge you guys.
I don't care.
No.
You think I care? You think I care? It's my pick. That's who I put there. Do your list. Do your list if you want to do it. Do your list so I can come in the chat and complain about it too. I don't care.
I would urge you guys to watch Mississippi State play football. If you watch the games, you can see why Mississippi State has an argument. Man, they honestly like I think even for 9, right? It's as far as how they're playing, you could argue you could make a legitimate argument they could be at number 9. If you wanted to.
Yeah, they got a
Here's
rough,
the
they
problem
got a
with
rough
Mississippi State.
schedule too, though.
Here's the problem with Mississippi State. Mississippi State's last 3 games.
Mhm.
Their last 3 games: Tennessee at home,
Oh,
Texas
I'm
A&M on
sorry.
the road, who we have as one of the top. Who we have Texas A&M as one of the top teams. Top that we have as top team on this list this week. Florida,
Right.
who they were driving to win, just an interception into that game.
I'm just gonna flip them back and forth just so we can kind of look at them.
I like Mississippi State, man. I think Mississippi State is a a good team, bro. I know people like, oh, there's a bad team. No, I don't think they're a bad team. I think they are a team that has to learn how to win on the road. For one, in my personal opinion. I think that Georgia game is going to be a lot closer than what people think. And I'm actually going to give them the edge to win that game at home. In my opinion. Yeah, I like Mississippi State, man. I'm gonna go with State in this one. And I know, and I know this might be, and I know to the rational minded people who want to who say stuff, they be like, oh, you go this, you go this way, you go that way, you go that, and stuff like that. Man, look, I'm picking who I feel. I'm gonna pick who I feel.
But I can see this test too, though. Is like when you look at the head-to-head, they both played Florida and LSU. Florida. So
that's the reason.
Right.
That was
the nod to LSU for that reason.
So
yeah, that's what I was looking at.
I'm gonna put this up. So he says 0-3 team in the SEC. This does the last part you could left off. 0-3. You have a valid point.
Sharp. Some of the mistakes Sharp be making just be outlandish and blasphemy as well. So it is what it is.
Right.
So I don't even take that personally from Sharp, to be honest with you.
Like you have a valid point. This is a 0-3 team in the SEC at 10. That's a valid point. And then you follow it up with this. Come on, Sharp. That's low hanging fruit, man. Be creative.
But two of them wins against them SEC teams was 3 points or less. But it is what it is.
All right, man.
Sharp, make a list, Sharp. Make a list. Make a list. Please make one. Do go on your channel and start and make a list so I can be in the comments and be like, that's a horrible pick. Please do it. Do it. Come on, man.
Hey,
you always invited to come up here. You always invited to come up here and debate it. Jesus Christ, we still ain't seen your list. Shout out to Dwight. Dwight make a list every year. We still ain't seen Sharp list, but okay.
All right. So we got Dwight saying, "Hey, Dwight, I didn't think about that. Memphis is on the side.
Yeah, that's good.
They got beat by UAB. Shout out to Chris Mortis's sons, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's got more ranked wins than Hugh Freeze.
Wow.
He's only coached one game.
Wow.
He's only coached one game.
Boy, Hugh Freeze, that is bad, bro. That's horrible. That's horrible.
That's horrible.
Horrible.
But yeah, you got a point, man. But to your point, man, we're looking at the teams on the sideline. We always do this about this time. I think that the answer is obviously going to be LSU because we spent a while debating them. But my question is always, which team off the sideline that you can consider putting in the top 10? And I think I don't know if anybody would. Can you make a case for any other team besides LSU?
No, man. And like I said, having looked at LSU again in the head-to-head, man, you might want to select LSU. That's you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's the only team that's even worth talking about.
Okay. Now, again, if you just now joining the channel, Memphis is actually Arkansas because on this channel, when you lose to a Group of 5 team, you get your logo replaced by that Group of 5 team until you win an SEC game. Now, unfortunately for us Auburn fans, that might come next week. They might get their leg. They may get that logo back Saturday. It's gonna be a tough one. Wow. All right, man. So you guys in the Keyboard Collective, guys, let me know what you think about this list. Drop your top top 10s, top 5s. Let us know
Arch
what you
Manning.
think about the
Arch
ranking.
Manning. Just know Arch Manning. I'm reading it.
What
That's
happened?
the one take. Nah, the last one that B Sharp put in there.
Yeah. Oh, he said name one take, please. Like a bad take?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I think he did have Art Manning very high. But uh just check out the list, man. You guys let us know what you think about it. Of course, I'm gonna put it out on Twitter for you guys to, critique and all that stuff. So we're about to get ready to get up out of here very, very soon. But before we do, I want to make sure that I let you guys know it's never too late to be a part of the Keyboard Collective. If you are just watching and you can't comment, it's because you are not part of the collective, and the collective is always taking memberships, even when the show is off. Even when we're not online, the collective is always taking memberships. Remember, real simple application. All you gotta do is go to the YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button, and you are in. Simple as that. Simple as that. And before we get out of here, let's go ahead and check on our question of the day so we can announce a winner. I think we already know who that's gonna be. It's Remember the Titans. Is you guys ranked as the best football themed movie, I guess of all time, maybe. I don't know. Unless we can get 7 votes for the program real quick. I'll give you guys about 10 seconds to do that. Hashtag F. Yeah, nobody. All right. All right, man. All right, man. This was a fun one, man. I appreciate you guys for joining. Let's look at a few of these comments real quick, man, before we get up out of here. Everybody's saying we got to put UAB. I'm gonna make that happen, man. If in fact I didn't do it right here, but if in fact Auburn beats Arkansas and Arkansas still has to wear that inferior logo, I will put UAB up there, man. That's for sure. We had a lot of things going on in the chat, man. I don't want to put all this up there because it got a little testy, man. This is what happens when you start ranking teams, man. People disagree, and we got a little testy. I would tell you guys this. I got everybody's number in the chat. I can just give y'all each other's number and y'all can settle it that way. It's real simple.
Meet at Bargain Town.
Bargain Town, boy, that's
That's funny.
hilarious. Is Bargain Town even there still?
It says if it's tight, you go with the stats.
Yeah. Okay.
So he says if you have trouble making a decision, you go statistically.
Yeah. I think Ed said that.
Yeah, he did. They told Nick to study long, study wrong.
Yeah, that's yeah. If you study long, you study wrong. That's what they say.
Yeah, it got Dwight saying that Friday Night Lights, the TV series, is better than all of them. I hadn't gotten into the TV series yet. Dwight, I'm gonna check that out, man. I hadn't gotten into that yet, man. But yeah, I'm just trying to find a few of these that catch my eye. Latoya, what's going on? Well, she's speaking to Dwight, and she's saying curse words, but what's happening, Latoya? I appreciate you for coming around, man. You're always showing love. All right. And let's see. We're gonna get ready to get up out of here, man. I kept these guys too long. He said you had Mississippi State above Alabama, by the way. I think it was like 3 games short.
Oh my God. Come on, bro.
They
And
had lost
Mississippi State
That was
lost to
before
FSU.
you had any ranked wins. That was like you had
Jesus
only
Christ,
beat
man.
Wisconsin and whoever, and you lost.
And at the time, Mississippi State had a ranked win against number 12 Arizona State.
Yeah, it's kind of week to week. Like it's not.
Bro.
We're not trying to
Come
predict the
on, man.
future. DC said meet at Bargain Town. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, it's funny. All right, guys. Like we do about this time, guys, we gotta cue the outro, man, as we get up out of here, man. This has been a great one.
Yeah, man.
Great one. Always a pleasure, man. You guys in the chat, man. This has been a great show. I appreciate you guys each and every week for coming around as we rank these teams, man. And I just want to let you guys know that this is a ranking show only because it's the season going on right now. this show will slowly transform into some other things, get more content from me. So make sure you liking and subscribing, and you stay tuned, man. Stay tuned. We got more things on the way. So I'm gonna let these guys tell you where you can find them. DC, since you're sitting right there next to me, tell everybody where to find you, my guy.
Man, you can find me at Auburn Addicts on YouTube, on all platforms at Auburn_Addicts, man. Come see me. Shout out to the white man for an interesting conversation. Man, I enjoy a conversation with Auburn fans, Alabama fans, whoever, man. A very insightful conversation. Salute, my man.
Facts. Nick, tell them where to find you, man.
Water Cooler Talk Sports on YouTube, man. Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. On Twitter at CoolestPod23, man. We appreciate y'all so much. Shout out to Tez for letting me come over here and do these rankings every week. I have a great time interacting with the chat, debating with the chat, debating picks. I enjoy it. This is great, man. This is fun. No, but for real, appreciate you so much, man. Follow us there, Water Cooler Talk Sports on YouTube and on Twitter at CoolestPod23. Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. And, of course, on Saturdays, we live stream Auburn games in the locker room. We'll be doing it this week, 11:30. We'll be back.
Background music hard, Ted.
Yes, it is.
I appreciate it. Yeah, man. Make sure you go follow these guys' channel, man, and go follow the guys in the channel at the in the chat, man. Got Coach Carl. Say he's gonna be at Magic City Classic, man. So go check him out. Yeah, Coach Ball on the Block Sports, man. Go make sure you like and subscribe to his channel.
Yes, sir.
Sharp, always, man. Make sure you go. He says, yeah, I stand on what I said about him too. I don't know what he's talking about, but go. Make sure you go subscribe to Sharpshooters Podcast, man. Doing big things over there. And Huggy, go subscribe to Huggy. Man, listen, it's just the list is so long, man. The list is so long. I gotta write it down like these guys do on their channel, but I keep forgetting. But make sure you go subscribe to Tight Sports over there at Tight Sports Megacast, JMHO Sports with Coach Sean. If I'm forgetting you, man, it's because I'm just drawing a blank right now, and it's, I'm kind of tired. I've been on here for almost 2 hours now. But yeah, this has been a pleasure, man. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for joining me, man. Again, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. If you haven't liked the channel yet, go ahead and like the channel. Share the content with some people, man. We're trying to grow this thing and make it a lot bigger than what it is, man. And I'm just, a humble guy trying to put out great content. I appreciate you guys, man. Until next time, we out. And as always, it's SECZN, man.